Do you have a sibling? If so, you know that can be a good thing and sometimes a bad thing. You might fight, argue, compete with them for attention or resources. Sometimes jealousy can cause us to do things we will later regret. In the case of Jacob's sons, their jealousy nearly destroyed their family. Jacob's favorite son was Joseph. He loved Joseph more than all his other children, and Joseph was a good kid. He never bragged or boasted, but his brothers were jealous of him. They hated that their father loved him more than they did. They also resented Joseph because God had told their father that Joseph would become a great leader over all of his sons. One day, Joseph's brothers took him into a far field and stripped him of his nice clothes. They threw him into a pit, and then they took his coat and dipped it in goat's blood. They took the coat back to their father and said, "Look what happened. Joseph is dead. A wild animal must have gotten him." Jacob was heartbroken. He mourned for his favorite son, and his sons thought he would never know that they had sold him into slavery. Meanwhile, Joseph was taken down to Egypt, where he was bought by an official in Pharaoh's court. Through hard work and because he was a good person, Joseph was promoted until he became the second most powerful man in Egypt. One day, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to get food because there was a famine in their land. But they didn't know Joseph was in charge of giving out the food. When they finally realized who he was, they were terrified. They had murdered their father's first wife and nearly killed Joseph. They thought he would hate them forever, but Joseph surprised them. He forgave them and explained that God had put him in charge in Egypt to save everyone from the famine. Joseph showed his brothers God's providence in his life. Joseph said, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. For he sent me before you to preserve you as a remnant on earth, and to keep alive your offspring as a nation, and to be a multitude on the earth, to be saved in his sight." Even though Joseph went through slavery, being separated from his family, imprisonment, and his brother's betrayal, he knew God was in control. He trusted God to help him through everything. And God did. Not only did Joseph become one of the most powerful men in the world, he saved his family and many other people from starvation. If you are going through a hard time right now, remember Joseph. Trust God, because even when things are really difficult, God is working to help you and others.